Hey, what's up everyone? Today we'll see how to create Express or Nodejs backend. So first we need to initialize the project with npm init. So I'm going to type here npm init and then dash y. So it will install. Initialize the package.json. So you can see here this is the package.json file. Okay, and then I'm going to install some packages for like Express, body-parser, course, Morgan, nodemon, and dotenv. So I'm going to type here add and then Express. So this will help us to build the server. Okay, so we are at Express and then body-parser. So body-parser will help us to pass the JSON data to JavaScript and our server can process. And then course, so this will help us to communicating with the different domain, like frontend will use localhost 3000 and then the backend will use localhost 8000. So there will be different ports. So that's why we need this course for the different origins or the domain. Okay, and then we are going to install Morgan. So Morgan will help us to see the URL on this terminal, like get or port or post etc. And then we are going to install nodemon. So nodemon will help us to restart the server automatically, so we don't need to restart the server again and again. And then we are going to use .env. So you know that .env file will store some variables and there will be some values. So this really help us to for the production and the development purposes. So maybe it can be changed anytime for the production and the development. So I'm going to hit enter and it will be install all the necessary packages. You see this has been installed, and we need to add a script like start, and then we are going to type here nodemon and then index.js. So this main is, so there will be a root file index.js or server.js file. You need to change this to server.js if you are going to type here or create a file name server.js. Okay, and I'm going to save it here and create a file named .env. So we are going to use port 8000, save it, and then we are going to create a file named index.js. So this is the this is on the very root. Okay, and then we are going to type here const express and then require express this package, and then const morgan and then require morgan, and then we will have body-parser. So and then require body-parser. Okay, and then we need course and then require course, and we will need this .env. So .env.config. So we can use process.env and this port name from this env. Okay, I'll show you. So and then const, we will need file system. So require this file system and then read dir sync. Okay, and we will map through all the routes, and one by one it will actually whatever the routes we have, we will have all routes and we will map through this read dir sync. Okay, and then we are going to create app here. So from the express, so const app and this express, and then we will use medilawyer. So medilawyer, sorry, so medilawyer. So app.use will use morgan and then dave, and then we are going to use app.use. So this app actually, so we are going to use app.use body-parser.json. and then we will have course. Okay, so I'm going to use port. So this is the port, and we're going to say here const port and then process.env.port, otherwise 8000. Okay, so I'm going to save it, and then we will say app.listen this port, comma, and then we are going to show on the console that server is running on port, this port. Okay, this variable, and then I'm going to save it and type here npm start. So you will see that server is running on port 8000. So if we are going to reload this, you see that error because we don't have any route here. So we need to type some routes. So okay, so we're going to type here routes, and then I say that app.get, so, and say that API all, and then request and response, and we're going to say that res.json, and so the data is we are going to say that from all routes. Okay, so this is for the example purpose just, and I'm going to say here API/all, and you see that from all routes is working, right? And you see for the Morgan here, you know, see that API wall and 200 is a status. Okay, that means it's successfully getting the routes, so it's working working for the route. So I'm going to remove this, or maybe just cut it from here, control S, save, and then we are going to create a folder like routes, and then I'm going to create a file for the routes, that public.js. This is for the example purpose, and then I'm going to type here const express, so, and then require express, and from express we are going to use routes. So I'm going to say const router, so sorry, from express.router. Okay, and then we are going to say here that router.get rather than app.get, right? So that app is here on the index.js from express, and from on the public file we are going to use router. Okay, and then we are going to say module.exports equal router. Okay, so I am going to map through from read dir sync, so read dir, sorry, not this read dir sync, so it will from routes folder, and then so all routes, and then map, and then r as a route, and we are going to say that app.use, and the prefix will be API, and then we are going to say this require, I mean that one by one we'll call, and it will go to the routes folder. Okay, and then we are going to say here then the plus and this r. Okay, plus this r, and then save it, and if we are going to refresh, it says that cannot get API wall, but it should be working, so I'm going to check it again. So read dir sync, routes and map, or app.use API, and require this routes plus r, it seems okay, and API all. So okay, because actually we don't need this API here, we just need all here. Okay, so you see that from all routes, because we already typed here this prefix, right? And then I'm going to create another route, so it can be admin.js, and it seems crashed because we didn't export any routes here. So I'm going to copy and paste it here, and then we are going to say here that admin and from admin routes. Okay, everything is same. So I'm going to type here admin, and it says from admin routes. So you see that how we can easily map all the routes. So we don't need to call our import or we say that it's require public routes, admin routes every times. Okay, so this is how we work, and the next tutorial we'll see how we can connect the MongoDB database into this Nodejs backend. Okay.